Hello and welcome to Select 10. We're back with our new video, and just like our previous top 10 best action films videos, we've skipped already recommended and popular films in favor of selecting lesser known and underappreciated films that you might enjoy. This list will feature a variety of action flicks that are complemented by humor, thrills, and some excellent storylines that increase the overall quality of the film. And do let us know in the comments which films from this list you have already seen and which ones you want to watch later. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Without Remorse. It is an action thriller film based on the 1993 novel of the same name by Tom Clancy. The plot follows John Clark, a highly decorated military officer who discovers a global conspiracy while looking for answers regarding the death of his wife. Everything begins when a group of mercenaries murder his family in retribution for his participation in a classified mission. After the incident, John follows the killers at any risk and joins forces with another Marine and a mysterious agency officer on a quest to reveal a secretive conspiracy that might plunge the nation into massive conflict. Throughout their journey, John finds himself divided between self-dignity and allegiance to his nation and must battle against his opponents without regret if he is to avoid destruction and expose the strong forces behind the plan. The presence of Michael B. Jordan and some solid action make the film enjoyable, even though the story is confusing and could have been fantastic like other Tom Clancy characters, like Jack Ryan. Number 9. The Debt Collector. It is an action drama film directed by Jesse V. Johnson. The plot revolves around French, an experienced combat fighter who takes a job as the gang's loan collector. However, at first, he and Sue teamed up to venture across town to acquire money for the mob, making the task seem simple enough. However, soon after, an employer betrays them and pulls the two into an incident that is far riskier than what they could have ever imagined, forcing them to resort to desperate measures in order to get away. While the story is silly and the characters aren't particularly interesting, the action is strong and entertaining. The film also features a sequel in which they return to their jobs following a brutal fight at the end of the first film. The film does not have much of a story, so if you want to see some intense action, you are going to enjoy it. The two primary positives are the ruthless fights and the main characters who keep you interested. Number 8. The Sleepover. It is an action comedy film directed by Trish Sy. The plot centers on two siblings, Clancy and Kevin, who were having a sleepover with their friends when they discover that their mother is an old criminal who is now in protective custody and is drawn right back to that lifestyle when her previous gang tracks her. Over the course of a jam-packed night of action, Clancy and her friends band together to save Clancy's mom after she is forced to take a final assignment. This is not a straight-up action movie, but it has a comic element, a great mystery plot, and plenty of hilariously funny moments, in addition to some enjoyable action. Number 7. The Losers. It is an action thriller film directed by Sylvain White. The plot centers on a special forces team that was deployed into the forest on a seek and eliminate operation, but after being betrayed cruelly within the organization by a strong opponent, they were abandoned and left to die. They are later believed to be dead, yet the group emerges alive. This is not a spoiler, you can see it in the trailer as well. Following their escape, they decide to settle the issue as they are partnered by a cryptic woman named Aisha, a stunning agent with her own ulterior motives. They work together, remaining completely hidden in search of an evil enemy, determined to plunge humanity into a technologically advanced conflict. The cast is excellent, which is undoubtedly the film's greatest strength. While fans of the action genre will enjoy the engaging plot and stylish action scenes, a more general audience or those expecting something extraordinary may not be as impressed. Although the movie could have been much better given the incredible cast, it is still good enough to be worth seeing. Number 6. Mayhem. It is an action comedy film directed by Joel Lynch. The plot revolves around Derek, who finds out, after being wrongfully dismissed, that the legal company's facility is quarantined due to a strange and hazardous illness. Meanwhile, as the illness spreads, the victims start to act out their strangest emotions and anarchy breaks out all across the office. To uncover the truth, Derek teams up with an old client who holds a vendetta of her own, and the two of them engage in a survival battle in order to get officials on the highest floor and escape unharmed. The story combines comedy and horror and has a ton of action, which fully justifies the film's name. Although the plot may seem formulaic, it is entertaining, so it shouldn't matter. Number 5. Triple Frontier. It is an action-adventure film directed by J.C. Chandler. The plot revolves around 5 retired Special Forces members who regroup to commit an armed robbery in a tiny international area of South America. After regrouping, these forgotten heroes focus on this risky task as their first venture in their esteemed professions, but things quickly get out of hand and test their abilities, commitment, and beliefs to their limits, where they are forced to deal with a series of unexpected implications. The movie has a strong cast, excellent performances, and an epic survival plot that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The film is shot in magnificent locations, and the action sequences have been filmed in an outstanding way, which improves the overall experience. If you enjoy action and adventure flicks, you won't be disappointed. Number 4. Day Shift. It is an action horror comedy film and one of the most popular Netflix original film. The story takes place in a universe where humans and vampires coexist, and while vampires desire to rule the day, they are being hunted down by human organizations. The main story follows Bud Jablonski, an associate of the Global Organization of Vampire Hunters, whose primary source of revenue is the capture and execution of vampires. While this is happening, his family is struggling financially and is unaware of his work. In order to meet his financial requirements, he accidentally killed a legendary vampire, sparking the circumstances that led to a group of vampires pursuing him and his family. Although the plot, let's just say, isn't particularly original, it sure does provide a ton of entertainment and some crazy action that you will undoubtedly enjoy. It is an action thriller film directed by Pierre Morel. The plot takes place in modern Paris and centers on Damien, an agent of an advanced intelligence unit who is forced to penetrate a violent neighborhood to disarm a device that a ruthless gangster named Taha has stolen. On the other side was a youngster named Lito, an innocent rebel, is troubled under the control of crime boss Taha and has vowed to stop him. However, after Taha steals a weapon of destruction, Damien and Lito must cooperate to neutralize the device and stop Taha from wreaking havoc. This is a French film, and I've seen it in French with English subtitles. This might cause you to skip the movie, but if you don't mind reading English subtitles, you'll enjoy it for its fast-paced, brutally violent, continuous action and thrills that will have you on the edge of your seat. It does not have a huge backdrop or crazy locations, but its realism is what sets this movie apart from the others on our list. This won't let you down if you enjoyed films like The Raid and The Night Comes for Us. Number 2. The Nice Guys. It is an action comedy film directed by Shane Black. The film centers on a professional detective, Holland March, and a tough mercenary, Jackson Healy, who are forced to work together to look into the abduction of a young girl named Amelia. However, all of this starts when Amelia disappears, and the matter becomes complicated as it becomes clear that Holland March wasn't the only person looking for the girl. After these events, Holland and Jackson are compelled to work together in order to uncover the conspiracy and find out what happened to her. During their task, they also have to face a world ruled by crazy gangsters and perhaps a planned conspiracy. Not only is the action fantastic, but the story is also quite engaging and has hilarious turns, great visuals, funny jokes, and a sharp sense of humor. Even if it occasionally comes out as too cheesy, this film is a lot of fun. Number 1. The Equalizer 2. It is an action thriller film directed by Antoine Fuqua. This is the follow-up to one of my all-time favorite action films, The Equalizer. The good news is that the third-part trailer has been released, and The Equalizer 3 is set to be released on September 1, 2023. You can still watch the second installment, even if you haven't seen the first movie, and then go watch the first one afterwards. The story of The Equalizer 2 centers on the enigmatic Robert McCall, who executes a kind of vigilante justice. However, when thugs assassinate McCall's best friend, the incident hits very close to his heart, forcing him to pledge to seek retribution and confront a team of expert killers who will do anything to eliminate him. The Equalizer 1 story is different, where Robert McCall protects the girl from the aggressive gangsters. Although the plot may seem predictable, there is plenty of intensity that keeps you interested and makes the action more thrilling and enjoyable. Particularly, the first movie's action scenes were spectacular, and even the second movie excelled in terms of action. This movie takes action to the next level, and it is a must-see for action movie fans. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.